Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. The stakes have been raised here in the wildcard round as it's time to win or get an early start on the offseason. It's the Dolphins going up against the Steelers.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. To return, it's Cam Sutton. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Play clock winding down. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
So the D-line's going to spread out. To throw on second down. Marshall. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. And they're definitely showing blitz here. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And the play clock's running down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Time running out here on the play clock. After the penalty, it's Bell. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen third down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. They'll need to get the play off quickly. On second down, it's Bell. On his feet and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Man in motion right, Antonio Brown. Play clock winding down. Now a first down carry by Bell. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. See if they stay on the ground for second down. And the play clock's running down. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Time running out here on the play clock. They'll get their receiver involved here. It's Brown. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Check it backer, check it backer. Switch. They cannot block us. Let's go.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number. Ten yards still left on second down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. The man in motion is Brown. Now Bell. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Ohio! Ohio! Let's go! Flex round! Let's go! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
From the gun, Marshall. Now the ball comes loose, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, that was a big oops right there, but how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Now Dan Carpenter to try a field goal here. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Knocks it through, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Carpenter now, after the made field goal, will kick this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On first down, it's Tannehill. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 6 there on first. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. The slot man in motion right. They go play action here on first down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Ryan Shazier coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Play fake to Ajayi. It's Tannehill. Steps away. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Ryan Shazier in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wondered, would they be able to have the blip?
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play that time for the Dolphins. And even 40 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. They're hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 50. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. Following the fumble recovery, Marshall sliding out of the pocket. And some space here. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Officially a minute 54 to go in this first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left.
Let's go.
The tight end changing his position. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now a wildcat look. It's Bell. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Let's go. Ohio.
And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here.
Partner, we saw these Dolphins jump off sides a bunch last year. But that's not unusual for those guys like Sue who want to get that quick start into the offensive backfield, and they do make a lot of plays doing that.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down.
Come on, let's go. Flex round.
Looking to throw. Marshall. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
We have so many different terms for third down, third and short, third and long, third and manageable. How about third and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the first down.
Brought in by Coates. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. On first and 10, Marshall. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. That'll bring up second down. The play fake. Marshall rolling to his left. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's brought down after a good gain. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now the offense lining up first and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Wide open receiver complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it. All right, we've got some happy trigger fingers ready to see who's going to survive this wild card game as we get you back to quarter 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. That good for 22 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
A gain of 6 there on first.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Tannehill steps away to his left. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you've got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. They snap it to Tannehill. And he will find Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. Julius Thomas, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are in for 6. Now Andrew Frank's on for the point after. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, it's Niall Davis. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll run it with Bell. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Again, it's Bell. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go. Brand 38.
Little motion now from the tight end.
Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round. Undercrush. Undercrush. Undercrush.
On 3rd down. That's Davis. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And out come the Dolphins now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Tannehill flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
2nd down now after the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Back to throw. Tannehill. Flush to his right. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
The tight end, Julius Thomas, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Tannehill now, they give to Ajayi. What a great, strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Now Tannehill. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. Yeah, after that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. And he's got some space here. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. C.J. Uzomah, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Throwing on 1st down. Marshall. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. William Hayes in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Let's go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Marshall will try and set up the screen. It's complete. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
He's got it. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here's Tannehill, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jay Ajayi, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And it's 21-3. Out is is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to...
Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. The 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, 78 yards. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jumps all the way to the end zone.
Back to throw. Marshall. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Here's Carpenter now to kick it away. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face a third down. Play action. It's Tannehill. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ryan Shazier able to disrupt yet another pass play. His third sack of the afternoon. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. Tannehill. And no, it's incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. On 1st down, Marshall. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Cameron Wake able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. 2nd down now after the sack. Operating from the gun, Marshall. And Bryant's got it over the middle. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 1st and 10, Marshall. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Lawrence Timmons in to drop him behind the line, and that's a loss of a yard. To throw on 2nd down, Marshall. Eluding the pressure. And the pressure gets to him again. Ndamukong Suh in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Throwing now, Tannehill. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push him back more. Here's Tannehill. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. Now Tannehill throws right side, and that's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 91 yards. And the Dolphins add on to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. throwing on first down.
Marshall.
Oh, fighting off the defender. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Looking to throw on second down. Marshall. A screen to Bell. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. From the gun, Marshall. Flushed out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And losing in this wild card round, you know, they've got something to build on, though, for next year. But I don't know if they want to hear that right now.
Maybe not at the moment, but once they get away from it a little bit and they get into their off-season program, they'll start to talk about that. And I like how you framed it, building blocks, you know, building this program up. And one of my favorite coaches always talks about brick by brick, you build a program. And this is one of those bricks to build them towards the next season where they think they have a chance to advance farther in the playoffs.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.